The late autumn sun hovered low above the rooftops of downtown Baltimore, its light thin and pale as it tried to warm the city. Cars crawled through intersections, engines puffing soft clouds of exhaust in the chilly air. The sidewalks were alive with movement. Office workers speed-walking with coffee cups, delivery cyclists weaving around people, parents shuffling kids into cars for school. At the corner of Lexington and Park, the pedestrian signal flicked from white to blinking red. People hurried across, some half-jogging because they were already running late. When the light changed, most of the crowd dispersed. All except one. An elderly woman stood there, small and fragile, gripping a metal walker with pink tennis balls on its back legs. She wore a wool coat in a shade of violet that had faded over many winters, and a knitted hat pulled low over thin gray curls. Her name was Donna Greeley, 84 years old, a retired elementary school teacher who had lived in the neighborhood longer than many of the surrounding buildings. Today she needed to walk 2 blocks to her pharmacy. Normally she could manage, but today her knee was acting up, stiff and trembling each time she shifted her weight. Cars zoomed close to the crosswalk, the gust from each passing vehicle fluttering her coat. She winced, staring at the opposite curb, so close, yet so far. People walked past her without looking twice. Some noticed, but avoided eye contact. Others were lost in their own morning rush. Donna sighed, her breath fogging the air. "Lord, just give me 5 minutes of strength," she murmured. But her hands were shaking, and the light turned red again. A few blocks away, Marcus Hill, 16, jogged down the sidewalk, backpack thumping against his shoulder blades. He checked the cracked screen of his phone. 7:52 a.m. "Dang, I'm gonna miss first period again," he groaned. Marcus was tall and lanky, with the kind of height every basketball coach tried to recruit. But Marcus wasn't thinking about basketball or school, really. Home had been rough lately. His mom worked double shifts at the hospital, hardly sleeping in between. His little sister Mia had been having trouble at school, and Marcus was juggling extra chores, babysitting, and trying to stay out of trouble in a neighborhood that offered plenty of it. He wasn't a perfect kid, but he tried. His mom always told him, "Baby, we don't have much, but we got a name. Don't tarnish it. Walk like you know who you are." This morning, Marcus was rushing because he'd spent extra time making sure Mia had eaten, brushed her hair, and packed her lunch. She'd fallen asleep at the table doing her homework again, and Marcus didn't have the heart to wake her harshly. He rounded the corner onto Lexington and immediately noticed the cluster of cars braking hard near the crosswalk. In the middle stood the elderly woman with the walker. Marcus slowed. The cars weren't honking. They were just waiting, engines idling, while the woman remained stuck at the curb. People on the sidewalk streamed around her, as if she were a lamppost instead of a person. Marcus blinked, confused. Why isn't anyone helping her? He took a few steps forward, then a few more. His conscience nudged him sharply. Mama would help her, he thought. Mama would never walk past an elder, like she's invisible. And just like that, he turned fully toward her. "Ma'am," Marcus said gently, approaching at an angle so he wouldn't startle her. "Are you okay?" Donna looked up, eyes full of relief and embarrassment at the same time. "Oh, sweetheart, I'm sorry. I didn't expect anyone to stop." Marcus shook his head. "No need to apologize. You trying to cross?" "Yes," she nodded, voice strained. "But my knee, it's not cooperating today." He smiled softly. "No worries. I got you." Donna blinked, surprised. "You will?" "Of course." He stepped in front of her walker and held out his hand. "Whenever you're ready, we'll go slow." Cars began inching forward impatiently, but the moment Marcus stepped into the road with confidence, several stopped completely. A few pedestrians glanced over, startled, as if realizing that, oh, this was something they could have done. But they hadn't. Marcus matched the woman's pace. Tiny steps, careful pauses. Her grip tightened around the walker as she leaned heavily against it. "You got a name, young man?" she asked between breaths. "Marcus." "Well, Marcus, thank you. You might have just saved me from falling on this cold street." He laughed lightly. "I wouldn't let that happen." With every step, he stayed just beside her, making sure the walker didn't wobble. When they reached the middle of the road, cars on both sides waited silently, some drivers watching with softened expressions. It was the kind of moment that seemed small but carried weight. A simple act of decency that reminded people what humanity looked like. At last they reached the opposite sidewalk. Donna exhaled shakily. "You okay?" Marcus asked. "Yes, just give me a moment." Marcus didn't step away. He stood with her, scanning the street for any more dangers. Donna offered a grateful smile. "You remind me of one of my students," she said, always ready to help before anyone asked. "You were a teacher?" Marcus perked up. "Third grade. 39 years. Her eyes crinkled fondly. "I always wanted my kids to know how capable they were. Sometimes kids just need one adult to see them." Marcus swallowed hard. That struck deep. "What school?" he asked. "Jefferson Elementary." Marcus's eyebrows shot up. "My sister goes there."
Oh.
"What's her name?" "Mia Hill."
Donna paused, then laughed.
"Oh, honey, I had 3 generations of Hills come through my class over the years. Y'all are a good family." Marcus felt a warmth he hadn't felt in weeks. A sense of pride, something steady and grounding. "Where you headed?" he asked. "To pick up my medicine," Donna replied. "Only a block away. But I'm afraid my legs may not get me far." "I can take you," he said instantly. "Oh, Marcus, I don't want to make you late." "You're not," he lied. Her hand touched his arm gently. "That's kind of you. Truly." At last they reached the opposite sidewalk. Donna exhaled shakily. "You okay?" Marcus asked. "Yes, just give me a moment." Marcus didn't step away. He stood with her, scanning the street for any more dangers. Donna offered a grateful smile. "You remind me of one of my students," she said, always ready to help before anyone asked. "You were a teacher?" Marcus perked up. "Third grade. 39 years. Her eyes crinkled fondly. "I always wanted my kids to know how capable they were. Sometimes kids just need one adult to see them." Marcus swallowed hard. That struck deep. "What school?" he asked. "Jefferson Elementary." Marcus's eyebrows shot up. "My sister goes there."
Oh.
"What's her name?" "Mia Hill." Donna paused, then laughed. "Oh, honey, I had 3 generations of Hills come through my class over the years. Y'all are a good family." Marcus felt a warmth he hadn't felt in weeks. A sense of pride, something steady and grounding. "Where you headed?" he asked. "To pick up my medicine," Donna replied. "Only a block away. But I'm afraid my legs may not get me far." "I can take you," he said instantly. "Oh, Marcus, I don't want to make you late." "You're not," he lied. Her hand touched his arm gently. "That's kind of you. Truly." Inside the pharmacy, the warm air and soft music made the space feel safer. Donna lowered herself onto a bench. "Do you need anything else?" Marcus asked. "Would you mind staying until I pick up my prescription?" she asked softly. "Just to make sure I get home all right." "Of course," Marcus said. When her name was called, Marcus walked with her to the counter. The pharmacist, a young Latina woman, watched with gentle curiosity. "Your grandson?" she asked Donna. "Oh no," Donna chuckled. "Just a very good young man who stopped when everyone else didn't." The pharmacist's expression softened. She looked at Marcus with respect. "That's rare these days," she said. Marcus shrugged shyly. "Just doing the right thing." "You'd be surprised how few people say that," she said. Donna's apartment building stood 2 blocks from the pharmacy, an older red brick structure with ivy creeping up the sides. The walk back was slow, but Marcus didn't complain once. They reached the entrance, and Donna insisted on taking the elevator alone. "You've done more than enough, sweetheart," she said. "And I don't want you missing school because of me." Marcus hesitated. "Are you sure you'll be okay?" "Yes," she nodded. "I'll rest all day." She placed her hand over his. "You made my whole week, Marcus. Probably my whole month." He smiled. "You made mine too, Miss Donna. Come by any time," she said. "Even just to talk." "I mean that." He nodded, feeling a strange mix of pride and humility. As the elevator doors closed, she gave him one last grateful smile.
You
Marcus sprinted toward school.
I'm sure we
By
can
the
work
time
this
he
out.
arrived,
Let's discuss
second
this
period had
calmly.
already started. He braced for a lecture. Instead, his homeroom teacher intercepted him. Marcus, the principal wants to see you. His stomach dropped.
Great.
He imagined the phone call to his mom. But when he entered Principal Ramirez's office, he saw someone unexpected. The pharmacist, standing near the desk. She smiled warmly. I recognized your school logo, she explained. I called because, well, we don't see kindness like that every day. Marcus froze. Principal Ramirez folded his hands. We received a report this morning about you helping an elderly woman across a busy intersection. Is that true? Marcus swallowed. Yes, sir. And you walked her to the pharmacy? Then home? Yes, sir. The principal leaned back, studying him. Marcus, this school sees a lot of negative reports. We rarely see calls praising a student. What you did wasn't small. You may have prevented a serious accident. Marcus blinked, unsure what to say. Finally, the principal added, your teachers spoke highly of you. And I want you to know that this school is proud of you. No lecture. No punishment. Just recognition. It felt strange. Good, but strange. That evening, Marcus walked through the apartment door tired but lighter. His mom was standing at the kitchen counter, still in her scrubs, hair pulled into a bun. Marcus, she said gently, your principal called. Marcus froze. Ma, I can explain. She walked over and wrapped him in the biggest hug. A deep, long hug. You helped an old woman cross the road, she whispered against his shoulder. Baby, that's who you are. And I'm proud of you. His throat tightened. He hadn't realized how badly he needed those words. Mia peeked around the corner. Marcus, did you save a grandma today?
He laughed.
Something like that. His mom cupped his cheeks. You made our name shine today. And for the first time in a long while, Marcus felt like he wasn't failing. He felt seen. The next week, Marcus returned to Donna's apartment building after school. He had a bag of groceries in one hand, items his mom insisted he bring. Bread, soup, fruit, a little container of her famous chicken stew. Donna opened the door slowly, then lit up like a Christmas tree. Marcus, she exclaimed. Well, come in, come in. You just made my whole day. The apartment smelled like lavender and old books. Photos lined the walls, students, family, and decades of memories. They talked for nearly 2 hours about life, school, community, and the kind of dreams kids shouldn't let go of. In many ways, Donna became something Marcus had been quietly longing for. A mentor, a listener, a steady light. And Marcus became something Donna had been missing.
Company.
Help. A reminder that kindness still existed. They formed a bond that crossed generations, race, age, and circumstance. A connection born from a moment when one teenager simply stopped, while everyone else kept walking. Over the next few months, Marcus visited Donna every week. Sometimes he helped with groceries. Sometimes they shared a meal. Sometimes they just talked. He told her about his classes. She told him stories about the students she'd taught. He told her about his dreams. She told him he could achieve them. Her guidance slowly shaped his confidence. His grades improved. His discipline changed. Teachers noticed. His mom noticed. He noticed. And one evening, when Marcus shyly mentioned he was thinking of applying for an engineering summer program, Donna beamed. Marcus Hill, she said proudly, you are going to build something incredible one day. He believed her. Months later, as spring warmed the city, Marcus stood at the same crosswalk where they first met. The light changed, people rushed past, life flowed as usual. But now whenever he saw someone struggling, an older person carrying groceries, a parent juggling kids, a cyclist who dropped a bag, Marcus stopped. Not for praise, not for attention, but because he remembered a simple truth. Kindness is a seed. And when you plant one, you never know how far it will grow. He wasn't just helping others now. He was helping himself become the man he wanted to be. And sometimes, in the distance, he spotted Miss Donna at her window, waving her little violet scarf. He always waved back,